Hello, I'm Andi Muhammad Fadly. Don't miss to watch Asia Motorsports Hour.
Eyes on Indonesia this week on the Idemitsu Asian Motorsports Hour, where Andi Muhammad Fadly aims high.
I say I want to be a rider and like a Valentino Rossi.
We probe the reasons behind Astra Honda Racing's phenomenal successes.
Achievement is certainly one of our considerations that determines whether a racer is replaced, retained, or taken to the next level.
Indonesian riders have long been competitive in the smaller CC championships at the Asian level, but it took until 2017 for an Indonesian racer to win a 250cc. Following Gary Salem's title, Reza Danica added the 2018 crown, paving the way for a young superstar called Andi Muhammad Fadly to burst onto the international scene. Fadly had won national championships in Indonesia as a teenager, a 125 and 150cc, but struggled to make a mark on the Asian stage. That was until the groundbreaking first win of his career at Buriram in the last race of 2018. And he followed that with a stellar 2019 season. And I'm delighted to say Andi Fadly joins us in the studio via Zoom. And Andi, I want to take you back to that 2019 championship. You won 3 races and only finished outside the top 6 in 2 of 14. What was the difference between your performance in 2019 when you won the title to 2018?
Yeah, 2018 season is very good for me when the new Ninja come. It's a positive energy for us because before 2018 I still have I still don't have a podium, so it's make me confident to get my first podium. So in 2018 season is very nice for me, and I can learning from fast rider, and yeah, I enjoy the progress.
But
yeah.
You had a battle with Arwin Sanjay of Astra Honda Racing Team in particular. How much does an individual battle motivate a rider like yourself?
Yeah, the battle is very nice. It's every round I battle with Awin, and yeah, it's very nice battle with Awin.
Certainly was. Hey, I want to take you back to the very start of your career. You're still a young man, but obviously you've been racing a long time. What was the reason why you chose racing or bikes in the first place?
When I'm still young, I already love racing and motorcycle. And when my father told to me, what want to do for your future? Yes, I say I want to be a rider and like a Valentino Rossi.
So Valentino Rossi is a good motivation. Listen, you won national titles as a young lad in 2014. Do you remember those national titles? Do you remember who your big rivals were in that season?
The name is Samsul Arifin and Dohan Akbar. Is I battle with both for get the champion.
Brilliant. What lessons did you learn from winning those titles?
Only one thing, I not enough go fast.
Going on to that 2018 championship, you mentioned it before, getting onto the podium, having been 16th, 20th, suddenly you were getting onto the podium in 2018. I can understand confidence really improves. How does that show itself as on a racetrack? What does confidence mean to a racer?
when I have a win in Buriram, it's very before start season 2019 is very good for me. It's make myself confident. So yeah, 2019 season is very amazing. I learning a lot from 2019 season.
Can we expect to see you step up a class to 600cc, to maybe the superbikes, or are you comfortable in 250 for now?
Yeah, whatever the opportunity come to me is very nice for me. Between 600 or super sport in USBK, yeah, it's very nice for me. So whatever the opportunity come, I will agree.
Can I ask though, what opportunity you would like to come your way? What would Andi Muhammad Fadly like?
Of course, after I get the champion to 250 in 2019, of course I want to up level, like join in 600cc.
Hey, we look forward to seeing you race later on in this season. We're scheduled to start in June. Keep yourself fit, Andy. Great to talk to you. Thanks for being part of the Asian Motorsports Hour. Astra Honda Racing Team, based in Jakarta, have been one of the most high-profile Asian motorcycling teams this decade, giving Indonesian racers opportunities on both the Asian and world stages. They were the team who backed the 2017 and 2018 Asia Road Racing 250cc champions, the first time Indonesians had won at this class. And Astra Honda Racing also added the team title in 2019, making it a hat-trick of team titles. On a world level, Astra Honda Racing supported Dimaseki Pratama in Moto2, again providing Indonesian riders with exposure on the big stage. So it seems a good time to catch up with Rizky Cristianto, team manager for Astra Honda Racing Team. And Rizky, Astra Honda have supported Andy Gilang as well, competing at world level. We'll talk about Asia in a moment, but is the ultimate idea for the team to promote Indonesia onto a world stage?
Basically, this is our dream, to support Indonesian talented riders to reach their dreams to the top of the world racing. So what we do is making staging step with anything that we need, start from national, Asian, and beyond. We believe that this is the right direction to take them to the top of the achievements in their racing arena.
Maintaining that world theme, you've had racers such as Mario Ajit finish in the top 20 of the junior championships. Do you expect the likes of Mario to kick on to become genuine competitors?
Whether or not step to the next level, the most important thing is the readiness of the ability, competence, and also professionalism of the riders. The effort that we are doing is giving way and supporting their process in achieving their highest dream.
I know Astra Honda Racing Team as a team who've established a strong reputation on the Asian stage, 3 times winning the team championships, supporting 2 individual champions. Is that how you are judged, the number of titles that you are able to bring to the team?
Yes, returning to our goal of supporting Indonesian talented riders in achieving their dreams, achievement is certainly one of our considerations that determines whether a racer is replaced, retained, or take to the next level.
You say it's one of the considerations. Give me some of the other considerations.
For example, achievement, what they can achieve in that season is also professionalism and also attitude. That's our consideration also.
So it's an all-round package, okay. Can I ask how you go about choosing your riders? I mean, you produced Asian champions like Gary Salim and Reza Danica. What's your process for choosing and then developing racers?
We emphasize on potential aspects of mental, technical, skill, attitude, and other important things that the rider must have. Then, the coaching process is carried out in continuous stages. For example, after being monitored and at the national level, then we continue to Thailand Talent Cup, Asia Talent Cup, and so on. From there, we evaluate and also decide which rider can develop to the next level.
You mentioned the Asia Talent Cup, we'll come on to that, but are there any names that you can throw out there as maybe Indonesian riders we can maybe see at the Asian, possibly moving on to that international world level?
Of course, we still have to look of the potential of the riders before we decide.
You're being very coy, Risky, very coy. I understand. Hey, for you have a riding school as well, which is where you get talent. How is the riding school judged as part of the business? Must that produce good competitors to go on to competitive levels?
Yes, of course, with more and more potential riders come up, it means that our racing school is on the right direction to support and develop their potential. And our hope is that the racing school creates many young talents who can make achievements in various existing events and also continue to grow up to their dreams in the MotoGP class.
Indeed, so those ambitions are there. I want to ask you about the size of the engines. You're very successful at 250cc, but we've not seen you able to replicate that success at 600 or even go into the super bikes. Is that something you expect the Astra Honda Racing Team to move into, assuming and when we get back racing?
Yeah, it must be admitted that super sport class is not an easy for our team right now. But we believe the riders and the team are in the process of getting there. And the experiences and the challenges they face also different. Our hope is that Astra Honda Racing Team can soon achieve the same achievement as AP250 in Asia.
Can we expect some of that success in maybe in 2021? What are you hoping for? What are your plans for the season ahead?
Yes, for sure, we want to show our potential again in the 2021 season, win the AP250 and also improve our achievement in 600. The preparation that we have been made are quite comprehensive, and even though we are disturbed by the pandemic, but we still believe that Astra Honda Racing Team will still join as a team to be reckoned in the Asia Road racing.
One final question, Risky. You mentioned the pandemic and the restrictions it puts on the riders and on the team managers themselves. How have you been able to react to the restrictions placed upon you?
Of course, this is quite difficult for us in this situation to do some practicing, and we have to avoid some possibility to getting pandemic situation.
Well, let's hope that we're all racing, then we can see Astra Honda Racing Team back on the circuits of Asia when the 2021 season, fingers crossed, gets underway in June. Risky Cristianto, thank you for joining us from Jakarta. After this Idemitsu choral commercial, we relive a mature and confident Andi Muhammad Fadly victory in one of the few races that actually took place last year. A Fadly masterclass is next. Our focus now very much on the Asia production 250cc. Andi Muhammad Fadly, last season's champion on the Kawasaki for the Moto Manual Tech Racing Team, on pole today. 8 laps of the race, and we are underway. And again, decent start from Andi Muhammad Fadly, P4 as well. Cheryl Shazras also gets off to a good start. Nice clean start from all of the riders, Steve Martin.
Yeah, Andi Fadly in the perfect position. You can just see everybody jockeying, and there's a lot of guys up the inside there, but it's Fadly who's wide and sweeps around the outside into the lead with his teammate Akiyoshi right behind him. In third position, not 100% sure who that is at the moment, but it is one of the Bunsu Hondas, and it looks like it's Isam Iqbal who's taken up that third position with the TVS. Another fast start from the TVS, so good to see Warapong Malahun getting that great start.
Andi Muhammad Fadly's Kawasaki leading there, lapping inside 230. Ayoshi the previous lap. Anything inside 230 is a pretty solid effort in the AP250, Steve Martin.
It certainly is. Very impressive lap time. We know that Andi Fadly can do the lap times. The issue is that can he get his bike to the finish line? Sometimes, I mean, if he's just jamming on that gear lever, that rod's made out of aluminium, perhaps he pulled the thread out, you know, just trying too hard. He's got to look after the machinery too. So Andi Fadly, we said it yesterday, it's his race to lose. Well, he lost it. Today he can't afford to let that happen.
Okay, the top three are a long way clear. Angie Setiawan, Wainagroho, Ray Ratakore, who were optimistically talking of a podium. Well, it could be a podium if something happens to these front three. But the gap between P1 and P3 and P4 is 4 seconds. We're back with the leading three here. And Isam Iqbal's being quite cute here, Steve Martin. He's not trying too much.
What did you say, Des?
He comes in shot.
He's not trying too much. He's, I'll tell you what he is. He's looking pretty smooth out there, and Andi Fadly won't like that move at all. He'll be shutting that down rather quickly, I would have thought, because Fadly wants to prove that he's, remember, last year's champion, and he wants to prove why he's last year's champion as well. He'll be giving it everything he's got to get back past. Let's have another look here. Just dives up the inside, gets on that lean angle, takes the perfect inside line, leaves Andi Fadly with nowhere to go. Fadly has to stand the bike up a bit, and you can see the Kawasaki team there.
There's the 1, 2, 3 battle for first, as it has been for a long time.
Big slide there. Just lost the back-ended Andi Fadly, bit of a moment, but managed to hold it together. That was just pure corner speed that did that.
Two riders have crashed out, Charles Shazras Yuzi and Idlan Hakimi, yesterday's race winner. The battle between P3 and P4, look at the fastest lap times. It's nearly 2 seconds difference between the fastest lap of P3 and fastest lap of P4.
Yeah, these guys out front are riding in another league at the moment. They've got both wheels sliding front and rear. They're really riding on a knife's edge. They've got nothing left. And that's why when a guy like Andi Fadly opens the taps, anything can happen, but he gets away with it.
Right, we are into the final quarter of this last lap of the race. Andi Muhammad Fadly on the Kawasaki, perfect line, looks over the shoulder. They are just waiting. They'd love a 1-2. They're poised for a 1-2. Andi Muhammad Fadly can't afford to make a mistake. The engine has been solid. Ayoshi in second, but look out for Isam Iqbal. Isam, if he's going to make a move, has got to make it on this final straight, Steve Martin.
Isam Iqbal's pulled up into the slipstream at the perfect time, right in the back wheel of Akiyoshi. He also carried a little bit more corner speed out of that corner. He should be pulling out any moment now to see if he can nip down the inside, but I reckon he's going to be happy with third. He hasn't gone through. Akiyoshi up the inside. Akiyoshi's gone wide. Iqbal could dive through. It's Andi Fadly, but Akiyoshi's gone the inside route.
And it's the victory will go to Andi Muhammad Fadly. Ayoshi will come second. It's a Kawasaki 1-2. And Isam Iqbal, good weekend for him. He finishes in P3, but that is perfect for Kawasaki.
He's been Andi Fadly. What a deserved winner. He's such a nice guy too. He's really a nice guy. And, you know, he'll have a smile on his face, and we can be assured that Fujiwara, the team manager, will be there to give him a big hug and thank him very much for the hard work that he's put in.
So in the end, a really good victory for Andi Muhammad Fadly. It would be the only round of the 2020 championships. But Andy, how do you regard or how do you remember that victory at race 2 in Sepang?
The battle is Sepang is very nice. It's a very good win because it's my first time to fighting with Aiki. It's my teammate, and Also, we so happy to can podium together. Yeah, it's a very nice memory and good battle.
Coming up after the Idemitsu choir, our smiling assassin has high hopes for the future and a taste for home.
Of course, rice, but rice with beef also very good for me.
Ten questions with Indonesia's Kawasaki racer Andi Muhammad Fadly. Andi, firstly, when did you start racing? How old were you?
8 years old.
What is your best, most favorite racing memory so far?
Yeah, the best memory in my career is when I get the champion in Buriram 2019.
And what is your worst or your buruk racing memory so far?
Yeah, when I'm still young, in 2012, I crashed and I have broken in my leg.
Do you have any superstitions before you get on a bike?
No, nothing.
Okay. Which is your favorite racing track?
Indonesia is my favorite track, and also in Suzuka, Japan.
Good call. So racers have to stay very light, have to keep very fit. But if you were allowed to eat any food, you're allowed to cheat, what food would you like to eat?
My favorite food is, of course, rice. But rice with beef also very good for me.
What would you do on your perfect holiday?
Going holiday with my best friend, with my family is very nice.
Besides racing, are you good at any other sport?
No, only racing.
Only racing. In 3 words, if we gave you 3 words at the end of your career on how you would like to be remembered, which 3 words would you choose?
Be a champion.
Champion is a great way to go out. Andi Muhammad Fadly, thank you for taking part in 10 questions. And so ends our fast island tour of Indonesia. We head to Thailand next week and focus on a very famous racing family.